We are here in downtown Denver, and I'm pleased to be joined now by serial entrepreneur Kimbal Musk. Kimbal, thanks for sitting down with me.
Thanks for having me. I love being on Cheddar.
You are a guy that wears many hats, and one of your biggest ventures is about food and bringing real food to every American.
Thank you.
How are you doing that?
Well, my latest startup is called Next Door American Eatery. As the name implies, it's about having a neighborhood restaurant, but also we're going to be as close to our growing source as possible, knowing our farmers. Next door, we now have 6 restaurants in Denver, where we are, Denver Startup Week, this incredible place. And we're working with local farmers here, as well as other American farmers around here, that enable us to bring food, delicious food that you can trust, craveable, real food that you can trust to nourish your body, nourish the farmer, as well as nourish the planet. And we serve it at Next Door American Eatery.
What are some challenges that exist today for farming as it happens that can be a hurdle to get real food in the hands of all Americans?
Well, the farmers we work with, they love the support. We work with them. We also consider them supporting us as well. It really is about creating that sort of relationship between the farmer and the buyer. In the industrial food system, there is no relationship. You grow your food and it gets put into a commodities market. And as a result, those farmers are really struggling. Tariffs are just uncertain, and that creates a lot of challenges for farmers. But the farmers we work with generally have control of what they're growing, and they know who the product's going to, and it's usually us, or us plus a few other people. And that relationship, that real trusted relationship between the restaurant and the farmer is what Next Door is bringing to America.
How challenging is the environment for these farmers right now because of the latest round of tariffs that we heard announced just last week?
Well, I think it was tough for them before the tariffs, and the tariffs themselves are of course a challenge, but I think it's more the uncertainty that anytime we work with farmers, what they're looking for is certainty. So as a buyer, we're consistently buying product from them. That builds that trusted relationship. The tariff situation not only is, I think, will make their business harder, but it's also an uncertainty issue. That if you're a farmer, you only get you only get to innovate once a year. So the farmers
during the harvest.
Yeah, well, at the beginning of the harvest and the end, so you can figure out where this is going to go. But if you are growing corn or soybeans, which I think is where most of the farmers are struggling, there is an uncertainty around where the market goes, and you can't just say, "Oh, today I'm going to grow carrots." Many farmers, actually, to be honest, you can say that, but it is more of an innovative decision. Many of our farmers, I believe in Iowa, 60% of our farmers are over the age of 79. 60% are over the age of 79. So you might say to that farmer, look, there's an opportunity in growing carrots. There's tons of demand for carrots and real food. Just 79, 80 years old, that's quite a tough request. What we are seeing, though, which is wonderful, is young farmers in our startup in New York lining up to grow food in the city of New York. So in Brooklyn, Square Roots grows food in Brooklyn for New York consumers. Square Roots is coming to grocery store shelves over the next couple of months. Delicious, nutritious, real food grown by local farmers just as short as 2 subway stops away.
With the tariffs that have been implemented this most recent round, are the prices at your restaurants going to increase because of that?
We are not affected by that because our farmers have direct buying and selling relationships to us. So the prices don't change that much for the farmers on a week-to-week basis. We just have we have a direct buying relationship. A great example is we have a cattle rancher in northeastern Colorado, and he told us that if he sells his beef into the commodities market, price goes up and down by this amount or that amount, and he doesn't quite know what's happening week to week. If we agree to buy the whole cow from him, and we put the prime cuts into the kitchen restaurants, which are our higher end restaurants, and we put the ground beef into our Next Door burgers, which are fantastic, he will give us a straight price for every head of cattle for the entire year. And so our relationships with our farmers are really good because they are happier because of certainty, and then we just get a much better quality product because we have a direct relationship.
Are
with the
you meeting
farmer.
with the farmers every day?
I meet with farmers all the time. Every day, maybe not, but at least once a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're a busy guy, meeting with farmers, running.
I take it back. Last week I met 12 farmers. So
wow. More than one a day.
On average, more than one a day,
Yes.
exactly.
Okay, impressive. Also, too, you are on the board of Tesla and recently said the major goal for Tesla right now is to get these Model 3s out the door. What can be done to make that easier?
Well, Tesla's doing a great job. My brother's working hard. It's an exciting time. They're working hard to get it done. I think that if you have a Model 3 and you'd like it delivered, we could probably get it done for you by the end of this week. So if we haven't reached out to you, reach out to us.
Do you think it'd be easier to get these out the door if Tesla was private?
I think that this particular business challenge wouldn't have been affected by that.
You are a Tesla board member, and we know that it is a time as many customers are waiting for their mass market Model 3, hundreds of thousands, which put down their reservations for them, comes at a time, too, where there are probes by the DOJ, the SEC, and these investor lawsuits. What are the conversations the board is having to deal with these?
I can't speak to the conversations the board are having just because it is confidential information. I do know that the company is working very hard to focus on deliveries, and we want to respect all of the government process to make sure all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted, and we're doing all the right things.
You are a busy guy, as we mentioned. There's a lot of conversation about your brother and how he manages it all. How do you manage it all as an entrepreneur with your hands in so many different things?
Sometimes it does get overwhelming. I think that it really is exciting, though, to be part of these amazing businesses. Next Door American Eatery, what we're trying to do there by bringing an affordable farm-to-table restaurant across America, delicious, nutritious food at price average Americans not only can afford, but you can eat there 4 or 5 times a week. I get really excited about that. So even though some people might say, well, there's a lot of things going on here, it's kind of hard to say no to the exciting opportunity to bring real food to every American.
Incredible. Kimbal Musk, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Back to the team now in New York.